This is as hard as it's going to get for this lesson, okay? And it looks pretty hard. But if you notice, I'm solving for x, so x is the variable that I'm trying to get by itself. And notice, I've got x on both sides. Well, what did we do before when we had a variable on each side? I tried to get it to the same side. So I'm going to try to get this x to the other side. How am I going to do that? Well, I need to subtract xz from the right side, which means I need to subtract xz from the left side. And notice, even though 3x and xz both have an x, xz has a z, 3x doesn't, so these are not like terms. So now on the left side, I just have 3x minus 2y minus xz. And then on the right side, my xz's cancel it out, and I'm just left with a 5. All I did was I moved the xz from the right side to the left side by subtracting it. Now, I've got this 2y over here, this minus 2y, that doesn't have an x in it, so I want to get rid of that. How do I get rid of minus 2y? I'm going to add 2y to each side. So my 2y's cancel out on the left side, so I'm left with 3x minus xz equals 5 and 2y aren't like terms, so I just write 5 plus 2y. And now, here's the part that's a little tricky, because we've got an x with two different terms, and I don't know how to get that taken care of. But what I want you to notice is 3x minus xz. Think about both of these things are being multiplied by an x, and you actually have seen cases where this has happened. And the way this happened was we must have had 3 minus z and distributed an x, because if I were to distribute x times the quantity of 3 minus z, I would do x times 3, and I would get 3x. And I would do x times negative z, so I'd get negative xz. So seeing that both of these terms are being multiplied by an x means I could rewrite it as x times the quantity of 3 minus z. This is kind of backwards distributing, or as we're going to talk about more later in the year, this is called factoring. I saw both of these terms being multiplied by an x, so I could take an x out of both of them. And now I've got x times the quantity of 3 minus z equals 5 plus 2y. And now I'm trying to get x by itself. So I have x times 3 minus z. Well, how do I get rid of multiplying? I'm just going to divide. And I'm going to divide by what I'm multiplying by x, which is 3 minus z. And I'm going to divide both sides by 3 minus z. So my 3 minus z's cancel out on the left side, and I am just left with x equals 5 plus 2y all over 3 minus z. So this looks incredibly complicated, but hopefully you understand each individual step. We are just trying to get x by itself. First I got all my x's to one side, and then I slowly started eliminating things that did not have an x in them. The tricky part is understanding this factoring, but hopefully we've distributed enough that you understand how this works.